Canada is a country of immigrants. All of us came from somewhere, and here to tell us more about what it's like to be a successful immigrant is Erin Deng. So glad you joined us today. Hi, how are you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm great. How are you?
I am doing just fine. So full disclosure, Erin and I are friends, so that's why nothing like taking advantage of your friends to drag them onto a television set and pick their brain. But so you've been here 7 years.
Yes, it's this year would be my 8th year.
8th year, and you're already a Canadian citizen.
Yes,
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't waste any time there. And your English, did you speak English before you came to Canada?
Not really. Yeah, but I learned, I had the English classes when I was in middle school, but I don't think it really helped. No, you know, it was like 40 years ago.
Oh.
So in China, and none of our English teachers, they ever went abroad.
Oh, so they were actually Mandarin speaking, but trying to teach English, even
Yes.
though, right,
Yes.
right, I understand.
Yes.
Okay. You were educated in England,
Yes, I had my master's degree in the UK.
so you knew about what it's like living in the UK, but you chose Canada. What was it that made you narrow down your focus to Canada?
To be honest, when I studied in the UK, I didn't get the feeling that I really want to stay here. I always know that I finished the study here because they have very good education. Of course, Canada has too. But I know I'm going to go. I was going to go back home. Yeah, it was not my home. Yeah, I never thought about that. But after I graduated from the UK, I always had a dream that I want to enrich my life. Yeah, so like 10 years ago, I started to think, I was very satisfied with what I had back then, that time. And so I think, I'm gonna do something challenge. So in order to enrich my life, so I decided to immigrate. And then there are like 2 options, the US or Canada, because I don't have the intention to go to UK.
Okay.
Yeah, so so I applied for immigrated to Canada, and I got the approved, so I came here. And at the very first time when I came here, I still thought about the US because I spent, I traveled there a lot, and I also took a short course in the Texas, the University of Austin, and I had a very good impression there. And so I still thought about the US, but after I stayed here for like 8 months, I think, oh, Canada is my dream country. I just feel right.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's good to
hear. So I settled down here.
Especially for someone who's multi-generation Canadian, we don't realize that what the appeal is. It certainly isn't the weather.
I know, weather is challenging.
It's a challenge. It most certainly is. Yes, on a day with freezing rain, yes, it's a challenge. So you had not visited Canada before you moved here.
Yeah, I love traveling, so I traveled here a few times before I immigrated.
What were your biggest surprises? So the things that what you expected versus what really happened. What were some of the big surprises you had when you came here?
I think all the surprises are good ones.
Okay.
Yeah, and I surprisingly found that the people here are so friendly, so kind, and it's like, and also there are 2 things I think I love here most. One is helping people, be a volunteer. And another thing is donation, make a donation. Yeah, and so when I first came here, and I was very scared.
No
Yeah,
kidding, all by yourself.
Yeah, it's
We should add that you didn't come with family, husband, kids, and all that. You came all by yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I went to immigrant service Kingston and area, and I asked for help, and I asked, is there possible you find someone to help me to settle down? So they found a volunteer, Patty Fiore, and she was the first. It's like a door open to me. Like it's like, no, not a door. It's like a mom open his arms to welcome me. That's exactly the feeling I had.
So I guess a lot has to do with how, as Canadians, how we accept immigrants. And the fact is, we have an aging population. More of us are getting older, and then we need immigrants to support the system so that folks like me can get our OAS and our money every month and so on, and support the medical system that as our aging population needs. But the fact is, we don't replace ourselves. Without immigration, our population would dwindle. We'd have fewer people looking after the same resources. So immigration is important. It isn't that we're doing you some huge favor allowing you to come to our country. We need immigrants, is flat out. What are some of the things, just average people? So you have a neighbor moves in and you realize they're brand new to Canada. What can we as Canadians do to make it easier for folks like you and other people who are newcomers to Canada?
That's a great question. And actually, what I experienced is answer to your question. Yeah, I had a volunteer, Patty Fiore, and he is one of the best example for that. And she just unconditionally gave me love. Yeah, and let me feel that I was accepted. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like, she's kind of always there. Yeah, give me a lot of help.
That's great.
Yeah, it's not only about the daily life, but also mentally. So I started to feel safe, comfortable, and I started to love the community, the country, and I think, oh my goodness, the people here are so nice. It was touching, to be honest. It was touching. And also, she just one of the examples. I met a lot of very nice people. And I mean the nice here, it means they totally accept me.
That's good to know. I remember you telling me once that people kept introducing you to other Chinese people when, in fact, that's nice, but you really wanted to meet other Canadians,
yes.
right?
Yes. And I started because I got a lot of help, and I settled down, and then I started to think, oh, I want to do something to contribute. Yes.
And that's how we met. We're both tour guides at City Hall. Yeah. That's how we met, yeah.
Yes. So I think, oh, I want to be a volunteer as well.
That is terrific. It's so good. Now, you were involved with an organization, because there might be people out there watching who are fairly new to Canada and maybe still struggling and not sure, well, things work and so on. What resources are out there that they should check out?
Oh, it's like I went to Immigrant Service Kingston and area. Yeah, and they can always contact them and get help. They can help everything.
And they'll give them like a volunteer like you had to help you.
Yeah.
Right.
And also
okay.
I do volunteer to help them to do income tax.
Oh, that is you want to do mine?
Of course. But you are not eligible.
I'm not eligible. Oh, darn.
Sorry.
Oh, well. It is so nice seeing you. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.